and welcome back to another Makeup Monday video. I'm Jennifer Mata-McMahon. I thought I'd show you today some of the palettes that I've bought and create a look following a tutorial online from one of my favorite YouTubers, Emily Noel. So I had gone through a no buy July, which was a bit of a fail because, well, it wasn't a total fail. The first 3 weeks I was excellent, didn't buy anything, but nothing in any department, not only makeup but nothing else at all. Things were trickling in that I had purchased in June, but I didn't buy anything in the first days of July. But then there was a sale on Ulta for some palettes that I've been wanting for a long time, and there was also a sale in Kohl's for Lorac palettes that I've also been wanting, and one of them I thought that was, you know, it was a special or a what do you call it, the collections that come out. It was one of the pro palettes that come out in December, Mega Pro palettes, and I have two of those, the two most recent ones, but the first two of those I don't have because I wasn't into makeup then and I didn't even know they existed. And now when I see people using them, or I want them, but I don't think they sell them anymore. So when I saw that, I said, okay, I have to grab it. And that's what I'm talking about. That one specifically that I'm talking about is this one, the Lorac Mega Pro 2, and it's the one in blue. It has these shades. This is the palette, actually. I love these palettes. It's like, look at this. Isn't it a dream? I have two of these, and this was the second one, actually. The first one I don't have. The first one is the red packaging, but I have the white one, which is number 3, and the pink one, which is number 4, and now I have the blue one, which is number 2. I love this. I haven't used it yet, but I love these palettes. I love the formula and everything on it. The other one that I got from that sale from Kohl's was the Lorac Pro palette in 4, and this is the one that has the red packaging. So there's the one that's the black one, there's the 2 that's the gray colored one that's more cool tones. There's the 3 that I have that is beigey, and it has these sandy kind of colors, brown tones and whatnot, and then there's the 4 that has more burgundies, pinks, and so on. And I thought I wanted to use this one today, but this is not the one I want to use for the tutorial. Maybe I'll do another tutorial with this one and another tutorial with the other Lorac Pro palette, the blue one. The other one that I got was the Too Faced chocolate bar. I had purchased this one before and returned it because I thought I was not going to use it, but recently I fell in love with the Bonbons chocolate bar, and I thought this one could be, I could fall in love with this one too. So I bought this one as well. But again, these are not the ones that I'm going to focus on. The last one that I bought is a Lorac palette, and it's the Unzipped Desert Sunset palette. And I've been eyeing this one on and off. I really like the Lorac formula. That's why I have so many Lorac palettes. But and just recently gotten into the Too Faced one and gone that route. Urban Decay ones I've always had and loved. But in any case, I got this one because Emily Noel raves about it, and I know that it has these purple and this like burgundy and like this really bright coral color that I might not use that much. So I'm still on the fence, and I was looking at it thinking, oh, maybe I should just return this. But I bought it on sale, and then I used points, and if I return it, I'm gonna get like $10 back, and that's gonna be it. So I'm thinking, maybe if I use it, I'll love it, and I will keep it, and I won't have to return it for pennies because that's what I'm gonna get if I send it back. So this is the palette. I'm gonna try it on today following a tutorial. I like that it doesn't have a mirror because I rarely use those mirrors, and so it makes it a little lighter and more compact, so it would be a good palette to travel with if it turns out to be one that I like and use a lot. Although again, I'm not that optimistic because these are not my colors. But I'm gonna try to follow her tutorial and see what I come out with. If I look as great as she does using this little palette. So that's the reason I have nothing on my face right now, is because I want to start with the eyes in case there's fallout, that it doesn't mess up anything else, since the colors that I'll be using are kind of vibrant and kind of out there. So yeah, I'll show you what I'm doing, but I'll do a voiceover over it explaining how I'm following her tutorial, because I'm going to have her tutorial playing as I go along and do my makeup and do my eye makeup. Let's do this. Okay, so we're gonna start with an eyelid primer. I'm using the Lorac eyeshadow primer base and spreading it all over my eyelids to get the lids prepped. Now I'm going to take my Luxie 239 Precision brush. This is a shader brush, and I'm going to go into Cyrus and use that color, even though it's a shimmery kind of color, to set my eye primer. Now, using my beloved Luxie 205 tapered blending brush, I'm going to go into that first shade, Mirage, which is also a shimmery shade, and I'm going to use that as my first crease color. There's not a lot of mattes in this palette that have the tone that I like to use for a crease color, so I think Mirage is going to do the trick, even though it's shimmery and not matte. Now I'm going into one of those matte shades, Dunes, with the same Luxie brush, the same 205 tapered blending brush. I realized it has a lot of kick up, and I had to like blow some, dust some away before going in, or else it was going to be too strong of a color. But I'm blending it in my crease. See, I continue to blow on it, and it kind of get all the kick up off of the palette and off of the brush before I go into the lid. Blend, blend, blend that into the crease, going over the Mirage shade that I had before. I'm using that same Luxie Precision shader, the 239 one, and I'm going into that red colored called Sunset, little apprehensively, and I noticed it is a really dark color. I'm putting that into the inner corner out to the first third up until like half of my lid. And I don't know if that was a great decision to make because it's very red. But there it is. Now I'm going into the Luxie 229 tapered blending brush. This is similar to the 205, but it's a smaller version of it. And I use this to darken my outer corner. And I'm using Joshua Tree, which is the darkest brown in the palette. And it's a matte. And just in circular and wiping motions, I go in and apply this to the outer V to deepen the look and also to mask a little bit of that red, which I'm still feeling ambivalent about. Now going in with the Luxie 528 concealer brush, I'm taking Illusion, which is a golden kind of shimmery shade. I am going to attempt to put that into the center of my lid, even though I am off frame, and get that color blended between the darker Joshua Tree color and the redder sunset color. So I'm putting it in between those two, sort of transitioning from the darker color in the outer edge to the red in the inner corner of the eye. And I'm using this concealer brush because I didn't have another shader brush, and since I had used the 239 shader brush for the red and it got stained, I couldn't use it for this Illusion golden color that I was putting in the center of my lid. I went back and cleaned up the edges a little bit using the blending brush, the 205. But now I am taking that Inspire 282 eye fluff brush and going into Cyrus, the most lightest shimmery color, and using it as a brow highlight right under my eyebrows to open up the eye a bit and just bring some light to that area without going too low, because if I go too low, that is going to be the predominant color that's going to stand out in my eye, and it's going to make my eye look smaller than actually larger, which is what I'm trying to attempt with highlighting the brow bone. Now going back into the small blending brush, the 229, I'm going back into the Joshua Tree shadow and deepening that outer edge, that outer V, because I had lost some of the color with applying Illusion, the golden color in the center of the lid. So I'm deepening that a little bit and darkening it and giving a little depth to the eye look, and also trying to get rid of all this gold and red and all this that is going on in my eye that I am just not used to having. Now I'm taking my e.l.f. smudge brush and I'm using that dark shadow color, it's called Shadow, and I'm going to run it down my lower lash line to create some depth to the bottom part of my eye. I am going to go back in with eyeliner in my waterline, but I wanted this to connect darkness in the bottom of my eye with the darkness on the outer edge and create like a little eyeshadow wing there for my eye to lift them up a little bit, since they're a little bit downturned, a little bit hooded. My eyes are, you know, you gotta work with them to make them look good. Okay, so after doing that, I cleaned up a bit with my fingers, although there was nothing on my face yet, so nothing got messed up with the fallout, and I'm content leaving it there. Okay, so finished the eyes using the palette. I am going to finish my face, primer, foundation, everything else, and I will be right back. Okay, so we're back with the finished look. I finished my face with the, using my IT Cosmetics CC cream in medium. I'm trying to finish it up before summer is over. I used this, I used my IT Cosmetics by Pores primer first, and I used my IT Cosmetics CC cream as a foundation because I'm trying to use it up. I used my NYX banana powder and my Rimmel Stay Matte powders to set everything. Whoops, I thought something was gonna fall there. To set everything, I used my concealers, my Catrice concealer, which I am loving, and my Neutrogena concealer for blemishes that has salicylic acid. I set everything with those powders I mentioned, and then I went in with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Shape Shifter contouring palette. I rarely use this, and this one has two sides. It has a creamy side and it has a powdery side, and I use the powdery side. This side, I used everything. The contouring, the bronzer, the highlight, all from this palette. And then I went with a really soft blush because I didn't want it to compete with the eye look. I feel like the eye look is already a lot. It's very warm and it's just a lot. So I wanted the blush to be very subtle. So I'm using my Essence Satin Touch Blush in the color Satin Coral, which is really light. And then I went with, I finished my eyes. My eyebrows, I'm using my e.l.f. Brow pencil and taupe, and then I locked them in with the NYX Control Freak Clear Eye Gel. I curled my eyelashes with my Shiseido eyelash curler, and then I went with my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, which I am also trying to finish up. On my lips, I have Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk lip pencil or lip liner, and then I went in with the NYX Butter Gloss in Tiramisu. So that's it. That's the finished look. Final thoughts. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this look because it's very warm, and I'm not a warm tone lover person. I don't know. I feel like if I had not put that red towards the inner corners of my eyes, I would like it better. I'm not a fan of red eyeshadow. I just don't like how it looks on me. But other than that, I think it's okay. I tried to darken it with that darker color at the outer edges of my eyes to like kind of disguise the copper and the red and the orange, and it was being too much for me. But yeah, but that's it. I ended up not following a tutorial from Emily Noel because the video that I chose, or that I found, that in which she was reviewing the Unzipped Desert Sunset palette from Lorac, because she was comparing it to other palettes that have a similar color story to this one, and she was showing her eye look that she had done with this one. Because of all of the palettes that she was reviewing, this one was the one that she liked the most, which is why I had my eye on it, because she just thinks, she was in that video at least, she was like over the moon. for this palette. And her eye look, the eye look that she had done for that video with this palette was very purple. And so she was using this color, was like what you could see the most in her eye. That was her lid color, and it was just very predominant. And I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. Someday maybe I'll try that. If I keep this palette, I'll try that purple, but not today. Especially because I have to go out and run some errands and film some more videos, and I just didn't want to have a purple eye on me to do that. But I will keep on playing with the palette and see what I think about the other colors. I think, though, she did mention in her video, which I agree with, is that if you concentrate on these 4 colors right here, what are they called? Sandstorm, Cyrus, Shadow, and Illusion. These just 4 right here. You can get a really golden but tamer eye look, like a traditional day-to-day eye look with those 4 colors without using the red and the purple and the coral. So you could get away with a more tame eye look with this palette, which I think is what I would go for if I end up keeping it. If not, maybe it'll push me out of my comfort zone to use those purples and those corals. I don't know. I'm already feeling a little out of my comfort zone with all this copper and that red in like my inner corner. I don't know. I feel like it makes me look like my eyes are red, and there's something like sickly about my eyes. I don't know. In any case, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again soon with another one. Bye.